and then we'll get rocking and rolling. What is going on, YouTube? We are just getting started with a little Amazon FBA Q&A. We got the TikTok right here. We actually started the YT live early. Usually we wait till we get some questions rolling in. But today we are going to do some live product research. We're actually just going to jump right into it. I already know my guy Alex is going to get us these likes and shares. I see Marcus liking the live too, or at least he did. So I appreciate y'all. Let's jump into it. Helium 10 changed their dashboard. I don't like that, to be honest with you, but it is what it is. Let's get it going. Phone's already on Do Not Disturb. Y'all drop your questions down below. While I am doing product research, I'll be answering everybody's question. But let's jump into it, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So usually I would wait till we had some people up in the live, but I'm sure that as we get rolling here a little bit more, we'll get some more people up in here. So for now, like I said, y'all drop your questions down below. This is an Amazon Q&A, but I do want to go over live product research as well. Usually we do the Amazon search method. Today we are going to do the black box tool method. This is Helium 10's black box tool. We would come to tools, we would go to black box. Should you start with any random product regardless of niche, or keep products in the same niche? I don't think keeping products in the same niche is that important unless you're trying to build like a toy brand or a specific brand around a certain product. But you can make a more general brand as long as those products have good product numbers. That's the biggest thing. There's probably like 4 people online who are teaching you guys what a good product criteria is. That's kind of one of the stories that I'm going to get into a little bit later. But yeah, a lot of people teaching about how to find products that aren't actually solid. Hold on, let's clean the front camera here. So you guys want to make sure that you're using good product criteria, 100%. And we'll go over that here today as well. Should I have separate Shopify store/website before starting FBA? No, it's not necessary. If anything, I launch my products on Amazon first and then move them to my own Shopify store. All right, so let's do it. I'm going to have you guys pick the category. So let's pick between toys and games, pools, home and improvement, sports and outdoors, pet supplies. Alex and Ann, thank you both for sharing the live. Patio and lawn, office products. Let's do kitchen and dining, home and kitchen. We could also do health and household as well. So and baby products. And baby products. So you guys drop in the chat what category. Iman says home and kitchen. Let's go, Iman. Good to see you. So we'll do furniture, we'll do home decor products, we'll do kids home store, we'll do kitchen and dining, no seasonal. We can do storage and organization, and we'll do wall art. What's good, sheep? And now we're going to set some filters here. So a filter that I always set, no matter what, is minimum price, at least 30. User 25, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you. And then the next 2 filters that I'm going to show y'all are filters that you can play around with. All right. So minimum parent level revenue, we're going to set this to either 8,000. You can set it to 10,000. You can set it to 15,000. It really just depends. You'll get different results if you set different filters. So let's do 9,000. Let's do numbers that we don't necessarily normally do. And then we have review count, and we're going to set the review count to max either 200. You can play around, do 250. We can do 300. So again, these are filters that you guys can play around with. So just for this example, let's do 200. And then we're going to go ahead and click search. All right. And we'll let those results pop up. Now this is an interactive part. You guys are going to be picking the products here. Now keep in mind, anybody who tries to give you a free product online, it's probably not, oh, let's do this. There we go. It's probably not actually a good product. Yes, sheep, probably because, I mean, the images are one of the biggest drivers into conversion on Amazon. So if your images aren't optimized, then it's going to be hard to convert into sales. Also, your reviews, brother, you don't have that many reviews, so you got to push for more reviews on your listing. Don't show the customer what it can do for them and how it will improve their life. Yeah, your images should tell the customer everything about the product just by looking at the images. They should know every single aspect about the product. All right, so this part's going to be interactive. Remember, nobody's going to just give you guys free products online. Anybody who does, they're not good products to go launch. You guys are going to pick, so we're going to scroll through here. You guys, this is phase one. You're simply going to say a product that catches your eye. And this is how you guys learn, by interacting in the chat as well. Also, sheep, it was funny. I went into that guy's live that I've made the videos about, and I started off with saying, I bet you're going to block me, but let me hop on their live and show that you don't know what you're talking about when it comes to Amazon. And it's funny because he was going line by line, and you could tell he got to my question. He was about to read it. He said, and then he skipped to the next question. But yeah, I was saying in that live that, you know, he's not giving good information, and I have a bunch of videos exposing him. Surprisingly, he did not block me. So that was interesting. But don't worry, I got a couple more videos in my drafts on that. Yeah, reviews, you're right about. Don't really have control on except waiting on Vine. Yeah, I hear you on that part. All right, y'all. So I'm going to scroll through here. You guys are going to find a product that catches your eye, and you're going to drop it in the chat. All right. Everyone can see, right? Hopefully you guys can see the products pretty decently here. So let's scroll through. This is phase one. Doesn't mean that the product that we pick is going to be a good product. Did you like his live though? What do you mean, did I like his live? No, I was barely in there. I said that. I was waiting to see if he would respond. He didn't respond, and then I hopped out of the live. Okay, so you guys are going to let me know a product that catches your eye here. We'll scroll through them. If you guys want, I can expand each one as we go down, but I'm not going to pick a product. This is how you guys learn. I have a list of hundreds of products that meet my product criteria. So no, I didn't. Not information wise. Can I start 15 private label with 15 to 20K? Yes, that's more than enough. I've never, ever launched a product with that much, Cirilla. I just joined, been waiting for your product research live. Let's go bookie. Yeah, we just started. So we only set our filters in the Helium 10 tab. We're looking in the home and kitchen category. We set our revenue filters. We set our average review filters. So now you guys are going to let me know a product that catches your eye. I'll go through each one. I'll expand them so you guys can see them. But remember, I'm not going to pick one. So you guys, we'll just keep scrolling until we find something that catches someone's eye. And this is how you learn. So we got Ashley, thank you so much for the follow. These are all the same. We don't have to expand each one of those. You guys get the point there. So make sure that you just, as soon as you see a product that catches your eye, drop it in the chat. First comment always wins and is the one that we look at. But also remember, I'm not about to pick a product for you guys. This is simply showing floating TV. There we go. Cool guy. Yes, sir. Ski. All right. So we have floating TV stand. By the way, for some reason, Amazon won't show me my first two images in the correct order. They reverse them. Try just editing your listing and re-uploading it, sheep. When I try to make a case about it, it won't let me. It should let you make a case about it. I don't know what you mean by it won't let you. Just select the option of my issue is not listed when you go to create that case with Seller Central. So we have our product idea, right? We see that it's this minimalist floating TV stand. We want to identify the main keyword in this market. It's usually going to be in your title, and it's usually going to be what the product actually is. So in this example, it would be floating TV stand. I've been doing this a while, so I kind of can just glance at a title most times. Sometimes I get a little bit stumped, but most times and identify that main keyword. All right. So now we're going to go to Amazon. And we are going to search floating. Now for this part, you still need a product research software. So let's share this tab with YT as well. So you guys see how I see these numbers right here? Oops, got a little blurry. See how I see these? Got blurry again. But those numbers are the search volume of the keyword. Main keyword is going to be the highest search volume keyword that is the most relevant. So when we go and do floating TV stand, we'll wait, and we see right over here that floating TV stand has 19,000 search volume. All of these other ones do not. Would you say Auto? Yes, another good software. Haven't heard of Auto DS. I think Jungle Scout is good. I actually might switch away from Jungle Scout, even though I've been a big advocate of Jungle Scout. But they've been doing some business practices that I don't really think are very right. So just for that reason, I think I might switch over to a different software. Are you using Helium 10? Did I say Jungle Scout? I'm sorry, I meant Helium 10. But yeah, so I might be switching away from Helium 10, to be honest with you, just because they've been doing some stuff that I'm not a fan of. I've been looking. I don't really love Jungle Scout as much as I like Helium 10, so I'm gonna test a different software. As soon as I do, I will let you guys know about it. I'm actually in talks with the founder of that company, and he's probably gonna let me try it out. Why would you leave Helium 10? They've been doing things. They just did some stuff that I think isn't good business practices. So yeah, I like, I'm all about doing good business. And when you start to do not good business, no, I'm not going to try out their software. Jeff, good to see you, by the way, Jeff. But yeah, there's another software that I might be looking into, which would obviously mean we have to reframe some of the videos that I've made, and then no, I'm not Seller Amp either. But yeah, I don't like when people do like shady business practices, and I think Helium 10 recently did some stuff that isn't really cool, to be honest with you. Alex, thank you so much for the follow. Do you just find a gap in the market, try to get your product to the first page with ads? Yes, but I'm not just launching any product. Is there a way to soft launch a product to see the interest? Yes, by ordering 100 to 300 units of the product. What do you think is the most challenging part about being successful in private label? Putting in the effort, Zurilla. I mean, like the two hardest parts when you're probably starting are product research, what we're doing right now, and then PPC ads. But you would be surprised how many people like fail on Amazon, not because they had a failed product or a bad product, but just because they didn't know how to manage the product and the brand properly. So, just not making proper optimizations, not understanding how to get their products to page one. No, I don't use a VA for product sourcing, Sammy. I spend quite a lot of money every single month on product research, but I've trained a team based on my methods. VAs, you could give them you could try it out. You could give them a product criteria, but you'll notice even if you give a VA a product criteria, they're not going to necessarily find you a product that meets that criteria. What's your best advice for PPC ads on launch? Start with a broad phrase, exact campaign with your main keywords, and then also an auto campaign. Make sure that you have reviews before you run PPC ads, or else your ads aren't going to convert. Have you selected all your products with Helium 10? I've used Helium 10 to look at all the data, yes. How much did you pay for your trademark? I'm getting quotes for $1,200 to $1,400. I use the IP Accelerator program, Hovey Williams. I spent $950, but I think they increased their price, so it's like $1050 now. Many reviews is good to start PPC, 10 to 15 at least, but that means it doesn't mean you stop at 10 to 15. The more reviews you get, the better. How do you make sure you don't buy a trademarked item? By checking the USPTO. How do you obtain reviews before launch? Well, you have to launch the product first. I'm saying before I run PPC ads. And in order to do that, you would use the Amazon Vine program or allegedly friends and family. Would you say try Fiverr or no? I need to register classes. I mean, you can. I'm not really a big fan of getting my trademark on Fiverr. I like the IP Accelerator program. All right, so the product that caught our eye was the floating, and keep asking your guys' questions. I might take breaks of doing the product research to answer everyone's question, but we'll get right back to it. That's what I'm about to show, Bookie. So we got floating TV stand. We see all of the products are relevant here. This was the product that caught our eye. Okay. Now we're going to pull up our Helium 10 X-ray extension. This is a Google Chrome extension. We'll let that load. Yeah, Aeon, I do. Actually, I don't think I can show this on live, but on my YT page, and then also on my TikTok. I have a whole tab on PPC on TikTok. All right, so now we're going to look at the data. We have search volume, total revenue, average price, average reviews. Let's see if you guys can guess. Trademark means you own the brand name legally. Let's see if you guys can guess whether this is a good product or not. Some of you guys are new here, so it's okay if you can't guess yet. I'm obviously going to analyze it, but there's also some people who have not been in the lives or who have been in the lives before. So let's see, is this a good product or not? Before we continue to analyze, we will see. Nice, Sheep, I love it. Yeah, I just posted a new video on PPC ads today, Sheep. Through the USPTO, Zurilla, you got to do a trademark search. So let's see if we can guess if this is a good product before I continue. Shax, thank you so much for the follow. High reviews. There we go. Iman's been in these product research lives. So yeah, just like that, we have higher reviews. We can see if all the products are relevant. This one's a floating entertainment center. Let's see how relevant this one is. This one's a little interesting. I don't think this one is really a floating TV stand per se. So let's just show you guys just for the sake of this. So this actually makes the average reviews come down a little bit. So this is actually what a good product market looks like. So search volume is pretty solid, right? It's very normal for the search volume graph to look like this. Do you have a website for your business? Yes, I do. I don't share my brand names for obvious reasons though, but yeah, we have our own Shopify sites. So we have total revenue, we have average revenue, we have average price, average reviews, Now we're going to check how low reviewed sellers in the market are performing. We would want at least 20%. So we see this number right here, 34. And we would want at least 20% of them under 200 reviews to be making 10K plus a month. Now, although the numbers of this market look good, this isn't actually a market that I would sell in because it meets all of these criteria points. We need to hire a tapper in this room. Please tap the screen. Yes, sir. Ronaldo, thank you so much for the follow. I'm actually glad that we found this one because, I mean, you guys see how quickly, that was our first product that we looked at. And the first person who dropped a comment said this product. But here's the thing, I wouldn't actually launch this product. It meets all these criteria points, the X-ray extension criteria, but this product is over 20 pounds. So a super heavy product. You're going to have really high FBA fees. You're going to have really high storage fees. And I don't like launching super, super heavy products. That's really tough when doing FBA. I probably would do like max 10 or 15 pounds on a product. No, I wouldn't launch. I mean, actually, one of the products that I failed at, well, fail is subjective, but I would consider it a fail, is they were booty bends. Oh, sorry, YouTube. I forgot to share this screen with you guys again. So all of our front end numbers look good. But yeah, so I'll show you guys one of the products that I launched back in the day. It did really well for a while, but I would never recommend this market. It doesn't meet our criteria. But this was the category. My main competitors were Renault right here. And then where's my other competitor who was one of my main ones? Let's see if they're even still around. I don't see them. Renault was my main competitor. At the time, me and Renault actually had very similar review counts. They had more reviews than me. Why did you fail the booty bands? Well, the thing is, I didn't differentiate this product. That's why you guys always have to differentiate. The product did really well when the world was shut down and everyone was doing home workouts. Where's this other one? They're not even on page 1 anymore. They were a top competitor, so I'm kind of surprised. Oh, here they are. Arena Strength. Arena Strength, they've actually kind of fallen off a little bit. Their reviews are really solid, though, but their sales have fallen off quite a bit, honestly. They were always the higher priced competitor in the market. They used to sell these for like $40 at the time. But yeah, the product did really well. I mean, it's because of their reviews. They have 40,000 reviews. I'm pretty sure they have more reviews than anybody in this market. This is exactly what I mean when I say like reviews are the most important thing, you guys. You see all these other listings, and there's some that perform good still. Like this was another one of the competitors, Walito. They're actually doing a little bit better than Renault, surprisingly. But Renault is on top, essentially top 3, because they have so many reviews. So their listing doesn't even matter when you have 40,000 reviews. But I'm sure that they'd get more sales. But yeah, this product doesn't meet the criteria. Oops, sorry, YouTube. I forgot to share the screen with you guys again. This product doesn't even meet the criteria anymore. I'll show you guys. We'll pull up the numbers here. I mean, average reviews in the market, 8,000. Average price is 16. The average price used to be way higher than this when I launched. Average revenue and everything is good, but what you'll notice is there's not a lot of sellers under 200 reviews on the page, let alone a lot of sellers under 200 reviews who are making good revenue. So yeah, this product did really well during like 2020 for me, but it kind of started to get phased out just because there was not much differentiation in the market. I had the 3 bands. I had a black, blue, and gray set. And then I had a pink, teal, and purple set, almost, exactly what I tell you guys not to do. Click copy and paste on what everybody else in the market is doing. I could have at least launched like a 4-band design. This was a new design that had come out a little bit after I was launching. Where is it? I actually don't see it, but it's something a little bit similar to this one right here, but these two were connected to each other. So that one could have done potentially pretty decent as well. But yeah, I would never launch in this market. It's not a beginner-friendly market. The competition is too established. You're going up against people with 19,000, 40,000, 2,600, 11,000. That's the same listing. 2,000. I mean, these are technically still your competitors as well. So 24,000. How did you learn? My cousins were my mentors. They taught me everything that I know up to a certain point. I actually now help them on Amazon, which is pretty cool. Culture, thank you so much for the follow. Do you focus on sales per month for each of those products and brands to figure out how to compete? No, it's all about like a very strict product criteria. Average reviews, average revenue, cost per click, because you have to account all of these things. But like where, I guess, is what I'm saying. Like I said, my cousins were my mentors. I worked for them. They own a very successful Amazon business. Why are you trying to help people? Because if there wasn't people who tried to help me, I wouldn't be in the position that I am today. I mean, it's like getting all this information from other people who taught me how to sell on Amazon, and then I'm not going to share that information with other people. I mean, again, go ask any successful Amazon seller how they learned. They're either going to tell you that they learned from somebody else, like a mentor directly, or they learned from content on social media. Nobody was born with the information of knowing how to sell on Amazon. So again, we all learned, every single one of us learned from other people. What up, Noah? Is this maybe cut? Wait, I missed the first part. I recently launched Facebook ads and my CPC is crazy high and my reach is really low, but charges a lot. If you launch Facebook ads, it's all about the creatives, bro. Your creatives aren't good enough. It's usually, I mean, you could throw on, I forgot, I'm blanking on the name, but you could essentially throw on like where, what's it called? Facebook? Yeah, I'm blanking on the name. But where Facebook handles all of the targeting for you. Also, if you're running ads from Facebook to Amazon, they're not going to convert as good unless you're doing it to your Shopify store. But I guess where I recently launched Facebook ads and my CPC is crazy. I answered that. Would you recommend doing business stickers for small businesses? Probably not. Stickers is a super overly competitive market. There's not really much you can do to stand out with stickers. Not a market that I would ever launch in. How much inventory should one buy in the start to try the product? 100 to 300 units. Jocelyn, thank you for sharing the live. Another success. Amazon seller said not to rely on average, to review average criteria. I mean, that's just silly. I mean, you guys have seen me do product research. So like, again, let's look at this product. Let's pull up the numbers again. Anybody who says not to rely on average reviews isn't launching good products. I can guarantee you that. Let's pull up this data again and show you guys what I mean. So when we're not focusing on average reviews, and no, I know you're not saying this, brother. I know you're just relaying the message to me, my guy. So when we don't look at how low reviewed sellers in the market are performing, when you have high average reviews, the result of that is not a lot of sellers on page one who have little reviews. Now we look 14 sellers on this page who have low reviews. All right. That's honestly pretty decent for 8,000 reviews. But then when we look right here, there's only 4 of them who are doing 10K plus a month. Why? Because the sellers with thousands of reviews are the ones who are getting the sales. What are the chances that out of the 40 something products on page one that you're going to be one of these 4 sellers? If not, you'll probably be one of these sellers, or you're not even going to be on page one. And let's expand it. We'll click load more here. And you're going to be one of these sellers, all of these. And then you can load more and go to page 3, page 4, page 5. Look how many pages there are on Amazon. If your product's not on page 1, you're not winning. We have page 3. You have page 4, you have page 5, you have page 6, you have page 7. All of these products aren't necessarily winning in the market. So yeah, to not look at average reviews is probably the silliest metric. It's probably one of my most important metrics when I'm doing product research. I also have a 70+% success rate in not losing money on products. So how much inventory should I buy at the start to tell a product? I think I answered that, but 100 to 300 units. Do you usually launch products in the same category? I heard that it's essential for creating a brand. No, it's not true at all. I mean, yeah, it's essential if you're trying to create a toy brand to launch products that are only in the toy category. But if you're just trying to launch successful products, by no means is it essential. Look at this. Let me show you guys something. Let's click on, this is a big brand. So TheraBand, all right? How many times have any of you gone and shopped on Amazon? No, brother, that's not true. Number 1, I'm a bigger Amazon seller than him. Number 2, I've gotten my videos sent from people from him. He gives nonsense information. In fact, I'll go band for band with him on Amazon. He's one of those FTC non-compliant creators. Literally breaking FTC guidelines to sell a course. So, all right. So how many times have any of you ever shopped on Amazon, which is illegal, by the way, in case any of you wanted to know, and gone and shopped through the brand store? In fact, I heard a video from him saying you shouldn't look at average reviews because everybody else is using this good product criteria, so you should use this bad product criteria. Makes 0 sense. Not all information is created equal. So how many times has anybody gone and shopped for a product on Amazon through this brand store? Also, actually, we're not even going to continue answering this guy's question. That was a buster. Let's see. I've been struggling to find another product. I found 3, but they've all fallen through. What do you mean they've fallen through, Noah? Product is brand dominated, overweight, those margins. How do you avoid these problems? I mean, it's a numbers game, just like we were going through here, right? I mean, that first product, although oversized product, I wouldn't actually go and launch it. The first product that we saw had pretty decent numbers, right? So you would just continue to go through the process, right? Because remember, I say that it should take no more than 1 to 3 minutes to analyze a potential product. If it takes no more than 1 to 3 minutes to analyze a potential product, then you could go look at, 30 plus products within 30 minutes to like an hour and a half. So you just keep looking for products, bro. if you're doing the product research on your own. And I don't think that that's a bad thing by any means. I mean, you got to also run the numbers. If a product market looks good, then you got to get quotes. You got to start running the numbers because maybe the product could actually be good. How would you even brand one of those TV stands? You would just put your branding on the packaging. Nobody who buys a product like this, let's go back here. Nobody who buys a product like this is going to want your big old logo or even a small logo on this, right? They want like a sleek design. So you would put the brand on the packaging. Create a brand first or product research first? I mean, if you're doing like a general brand, like, so for here, they're all about like fitness and band products. So like they created a brand around these products. Or you can do something more general and do, for example, like Luke's products rather than like Luke's toys. I wouldn't actually name a brand that. I'm just giving an example. And then you can just start launching any kind of products that meet the criteria within that brand name. How much of an Alibaba listing price is negotiable? Everything. Literally everything is negotiable. I've never paid the actual price that I was originally quoted from an Alibaba manufacturer, like ever in my life, nor should any of you. Even when a manufacturer says that they're barely making margins, that's not true. They have great margins. And another thing that you guys can check, so let's show you an example here. I mean, you're going to take the lowest quote that you get and you're going to use that as leverage with other manufacturers. Hold on. I'm going to show you guys an example, but I just need to make sure that I don't dox any of the information on my Alibaba account. Give me one sec. Oh, sweet. I don't think I'm even signed into an Alibaba account right now. Okay. So let's say that we have, oops. So let's share this screen with YT. So let's say we have our floating TV stand, okay? Let's see. So like 190 or $36 or $83, $70. Another thing that you guys can do is go to 1688. Now you guys aren't going to be able to order products from 1688. Do I need an account for this right now? Hold on, let's see. Okay, I don't have my account set up right there. But you could go to 1688 and search for the same product. And then let's say that you saw a bunch for like 30 bucks, 20 bucks. That would show you that you're getting taxed. Now, manufacturers know that you can't order products from 1688. So you can't necessarily like reference and be like, oh, but I saw it on 1688 for cheap. Oh, there we go. Here it is. I was wondering, I was like, you don't need an account to go on 1688. Obviously, it's all in Chinese. I don't know why my browser is not doing this, but usually your Google browser should right away give you the translation option. Mine's being weird. So let's see if it'll still work in English here. No, doesn't show us floating TV stand. So if you can't find the product on 1688, another thing that you can do, I don't know why it's not showing me the translation option. Usually your page should show you the translation option when you guys are on here, because obviously it's all in Chinese or Mandarin. It's because it's only for Chinese sellers. But what you can do is we'll come back to Amazon. we can pick any product, like the one that we want to launch. Let's say we want to launch all this one. So do all suppliers on Alibaba just sell the same product? No. There's different manufacturers for different products, just like Amazon. Not every Amazon seller sells every product on Amazon, but they, some people sell similar. So we're going to save that image. Amen. Thank you so much for the follow. I'm going to hide this part really quickly, just so you don't see all of my document. Oh, wait, no, let's go to this page. Yeah, so we're going to search it by an image search, but give me a sec because I don't want you guys to see all my documents. So we drop the image into 1688. Let's share this screen on YT. We go search for, and we still didn't get it. Usually an image search will work. Oh, you know why? Because we picked a product that had a bunch of different things in it. But essentially, that's what you would do. And you would be able to see, you would be able to kind of get a reference and see if you're getting taxed on items. Panagodius, thank you so much for the follow. Is it easier to source your products at better rates if you're in reputable mentorship? I guess it kind of depends. Like, give you guys an example here. Hold on, just so I don't. Hold on. Uno momento. So, like, for example, it depends on what the, no, by no means is it. It all depends on the product. You can't put definitive answers on anything. Why don't you show off? Because there's no reason to. I mean, I made a video about it like 2 months ago. The only reason I would buy a supercar is to sell more courses. I hear some mentors have connection with suppliers. That's why I ask. Well, like I said, it depends. So like here, we go over in depth in our product manufacturing section, how to negotiate and stuff. And then when you search negotiate, we also have like a group call lesson on negotiating with suppliers. And then we're also introducing a sourcing service. So like we have our shipping service. Let me show you guys this. So the, I don't want to click on it. There we go. So how to get cheaper shipping using a freight forwarder, AMZ Masterclass freight forwarder. This freight forwarder saves students like 30 to 50% on shipping. To give you context on the product that we're getting shipped to Amazon, our most recent product, our manufacturer quoted us $2,100, but with the AMZ Masterclass freight forwarder, our quote was $900. So that's like, what is that? $1,200 in savings just on one order of 300 units. And then our sourcing service that we're going to be launching is going to essentially do the same, but not every, you know what I mean? But yeah, to the whole, why don't I show off? There's no reason for me to show off. Is it bad to start as a sole trader and move to a company later? No. Is that posted and available? Is what posted and available? User 14. So how long have we been on live? I was about to say my timer on YT didn't refresh. I was like, there's no way we've only been on the videos you showed. No, this is only available for my mentor. This is the AMZ Masterclass. Actually give you guys a little insight of like the things. We have the introduction, start your business, starting your Amazon account, all of these lessons on product research, all these lessons on product manufacturing, all of these lessons on shipping, all of these lessons on how to create a product listing, or product listings, I should say. All of these lessons on Amazon Seller Central, so like how to get paid, how to create a coupon, requesting reviews, allegedly how to get friends and family reviews safely, understanding storage limits, how to deal with bad reviews, utilize Amazon posts. We have these PPC sections. So So all of this on PPC ads. And then this is the AMZ Masterclass, PPC Masterclass, the most in-depth guides on Amazon PPC ads out there. These are all about like anywhere from 30 minutes to hour-long masterclasses. So we have part 1, 1.5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let me show this tab. Mini PPC Masterclass 9, and then Mini PPC Masterclass 2. And then we have a little bonus section. You have the resource section here. I never even talk about this, but we also have a mini section on TikTok Shop just because I think TikTok Shop is really cool. And then these are our group coaching calls, and they're all recorded. These are like in-depth lessons on things that we talk about in the program. And every single, since the start of the program back in 2023, every single one of these, all of these are posted into the curriculum up to our last one that we just had last week, and we'll have another one this week, God willing. Nice, Zurilla. Definitely check it out. Go to the TikTok bio, and you guys can apply in there. So in the TikTok bio, AMZ Masterclass Mentorship, and then you guys would click yes, I want to apply now. Hop on a call with my team to answer that question, user 14. We have a lot of different packages, bro, so it really just depends what you're looking for. Do you recommend starter, platinum, or diamond? I would probably say platinum for Helium 10. That's what I use. Definitely don't need the diamond plan. I think it's a waste of money. So we could do one more product, you guys. I think we have time for one more product, doing some live product research. So what do we think? What products do we want to look at? You guys pick one that catches your eye and we'll go from there. I think we saw a pretty solid one, that first product. So it's going to be you guys who pick. Let me know when you see a product that catches your eye. Nothing here. Should we go to page 2? Yes, page 2. All right. Remember, I'm not going to pick the product. And if we don't have anybody participate, then I would just assume that everybody here is good on product research. You guys are experts. You know what you're doing, right? So let's go here. I don't like rugs. And keep this in mind, guys. If I say no to a product, that's not like to be like, oh man, he's just going to say no, blah, blah, blah. This is how you learn. But I don't like rugs because they have too many size variations, color variations, design variations. Which one is that? Canvas floater. Which one? This one? Canvas floater frame. So here's one that caught Iman's eye. So now we'll go to Amazon and we'll do canvas floater frames. Let's make sure. Nope. Let's try floater frames. Floater frames. Also, nope. I think it would just be canvas frame. Yes. So remember, we want the keyword with the most search volume, most relevant. Yes, this is Helium 10 that's showing me these numbers. I mean, I'm on Amazon, but what's showing me those numbers is Helium 10. Realistically, how long will it take for you to be able to pocket profit with one successful product? I mean, 3 to 5 reorders, depending on how long that takes. I wouldn't expect to take any profits from your Amazon business for a year. You got to let your business grow. So Helium 10 is on Amazon. I have a Google Chrome extension for Helium 10 downloaded, so it allows me to see all this data. We see that the products are relevant. We're going to pull up our X-ray tool. We have average reviews. Remember, I said 1 to 3 minutes. We already know that this product doesn't meet the criteria. 2,000 average reviews. Also, the average price is $27. So we could just, boom, go back. We're done. We don't need to keep looking at it. But I'm going to explain it to you guys, of course. But that's what I mean when I say it. It's so quick to analyze products when you guys get good at this that you don't need to spend 30 minutes looking at this one product. But we want a product where the search volume is at least 2K. Total revenue is at least 200K. Average revenue, between 8 and 10K. Average price at least 30. Average reviews under or around 500. And then we want 20% of low reviewed sellers in the market to be doing at least 10K plus a month. Make sense? That was some good information. We'll just do the rest, some Q&A for everybody. The cool thing, Panagodius, is that I'm also live on YT right now. So once the YT live is over, you guys can actually go back and watch the recording of this live. Oh, was it? That's unfortunate. I should have checked that. Sometimes when I'm bouncing between tabs on YT, I don't know why YT does that, but sometimes when I'm bouncing between tabs, the screen will go dark, unfortunately. So that does happen, but it is what it is. All righty. Everybody, I watched a bunch of your videos yesterday. I'm learning quickly. Thank you. I love that. I love that, brother. Very glad that you're getting value from the videos. That is why I make this content, for all of y'all to get value. But on that note, I think we had a really good and some solid information. Y'all make sure that you go check out all the free value that I give to you guys. And for a more in-depth guide, like I said, go check out the AMZ Masterclass Mentorship and click yes, I want to apply. Go through a quick 60-second application. You'll be prompted to book a call with my team where you guys will get on an onboarding call, and we'll be able to help you create a unique plan for your unique situation, and the team will give you more information on the program. I hope everybody has a blessed rest of your Monday. Hopefully you made it a productive one, because if not you, then who's going to make it productive? And on that note, I'll answer this. I understand the process. Just need to find the product and branding, ad optimization, and listing now. Let's go. I don't know why there's been like some helicopters flying around. Well, not helicopters. There was 2 and they're really loud. Anyways, I hope everybody has a blessed day, a blessed night. Make it a productive week, because only you will do that. And God willing, I will see you all back tomorrow.